What's up, guys? It's Snapcase here, and what I have are some prototypes of the iPhone 6 Plus. Get it to focus in there. These are going to be the actual sizes of the iPhone 6. What this video is going to hopefully help you do is decide which size iPhone to buy. Now, of course, this one right here is going to be the iPhone 5. This one's going to be the iPhone 6, and this is going to be the iPhone 6 Plus. And I also have the Lifeproof case and the Otterbox case, just for reference sizes. So I mean, you can kind of tell here how much larger these are going to be once you actually get these put into a case. And you know, that's pretty important because you know, the iPhone 6 Plus is actually going to get much larger once you put it into any sort of case, and especially a waterproof case such as Lifeproof or an Otterbox. So anyways, this is just going to go over a few things with this. First of all, one of the things that I figured out is that my hand has a reach, my thumb has a reach of about 5 inches from right here to right there. So if I take, we'll take the iPhone 5, and if I'm holding it in my hand like this, I can reach from there and I can reach to the sleep button. So I can reach from there to there. So I can really control everything. You know, I can touch everything on the screen, you know, playing games, whatever, texting, play everything on the screen. And I don't have to do this move where I bring it down. Now if I jump over here to the iPhone 6 Plus, and you know, mind you, I mean, you can kind of tell, you know, what size hand I have. I mean, it's not a small hand, and it's not a giant, you know, Shaquille O'Neal hand either. But you know, I have pretty long fingers at the same time. So with the iPhone 6 Plus, here's what's going to happen. You know, I can, oh, that's kind of a stretch, carpal tunnel kind of setting in there, and you know, I can't reach the top of there. I mean, if you've messed with any sort of Galaxy Note, I mean, this is basically the same thing. So you know, that's one of the things you have to decide. You know, there's no longer going to be this small form factor, which, you know, I've kind of gotten used to. I'm fast with it and everything. I can move it around. You know, this may be a better size for you, especially if you are female. You know, I think that most likely I'm going to be getting just the regular iPhone 6 for my wife. You know, the feature differences between the two just aren't that big of a deal, and I really think that she's going to have a harder problem with this one. I'm up in the air right now. You know, I'm going to take, for instance, let's take the iPhone 5, and I've just got a regular pair of Levi's on here. You know, they don't have super deep pockets, but they're not super shallow either. So, you know, just the old iPhone 5 slides down in there, and you can see even with the bigger Otterbox case, you know, I mean, you can see where it's kind of taking up space. So I mean, it's almost, you know, it's taking up most of my pocket with that case on it. Lifeproof case, which broke on me here. I'll, you know, might do another video on that. This thing frustrated me to no end. Lifeproof case, you know, fits a little bit better. But here, we're going to take the iPhone 6 Plus, do a little pocket demo. We can already tell it's sticking up a little bit. So I think with a case, you're probably going to be looking at it sticking up around that much. Now this is 1/4 inch thick white acrylic that I made these out of. Didn't have a 3D printer, but I did have some sharks with fricking laser beams attached to their heads that were able to cut this out for me. Yeah, and so in closing, you know, one of the things I was going to show you is that my hand span is about 9 inches, not quite. So, and that's really, you know, one of the things that you're doing is moving your thumb up and down. So, you know, my recommendation is that if you're going to be doing a lot of big screen gaming, now I'm not talking about like Candy Crush Saga, because I think that the smaller version is actually better for stuff like that. But if you're going to be doing a lot of gaming in landscape mode with 2 hands, I would recommend the iPhone 6 Plus. You know, there's not really much of a difference between the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus, other than the optical image stabilization on the iSight camera. So, but if you wear skinny jeans, if you're, you know, into that crowd, or even if you have just a regular pair of Levi's that has shallow pockets, you may want to stick with this size. I mean, it doesn't look like Apple is going to be going back to this size right here, maybe for at least another 2 years, but maybe never. You never know unless they expand their line in the future. So that's my recommendations, and you take those for what they're worth, and ultimately decide for yourself. But do keep in mind that if you're going to put a case on it, is going to drastically increase the size of it, height, width, and the depth. So that's a important factor. Here's a good look at the difference between the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 6 Plus. It almost fits inside the screen. Almost fits inside there. So, that's kind of a good overlay. I can even overlay all these for you if you want. There we go. There we go. How about that one? Or I can even do it this way. So, there you go. Pretty interesting how that all works out. So anyways, also something very important, very special. I'm going to be doing something crazy to an iPhone 6 and an iPhone 6 Plus. And I don't know what yet. What do you want me to do to them? Do you want me to give them to a homeless person? Do you want me to throw one out in the road and let a big rig run over it? Do you want me to shoot it with a bump-fired 9mm AR-15 or a 223 or 5.56 AR-15, 45 handgun? What do you want me to do to one of these things? Do you want me to boil it in Crisco? Or do you want me to not do anything to it? Anyways, let me know what you would like to see, and if I get enough responses, or tell me if you'd like for me to give it away, and we could make a contest out of this, and then we don't have to have some harmless iPhone go to waste just for the sake of watching cool things on YouTube. So let me know what you think about all that, and leave me a comment. I do read the comments, and I appreciate them, and I value your input as well. So please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button as well, and we'll see you again.